Why did I do this? I have so many hours of reading ahead of me. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, The Magic Cat. I am Kat, your host and resident book nerd. Book nerd by day, book nerd by night. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel and ringing the bell so that you know when more magic is coming your way. Whew, this video, I'm not sure exactly why I'm doing this to myself. Today, I have challenged myself to read, it's around 500 pages, of my current read, The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This book is 804 pages. She thick. And I am on page 311. So that is just shy of 500 pages. If I do the math, which I really don't want to because I went to school for theater and yeah, math is not my strong suit. I'm sure, here, I'll put the amount of pages right here because I am absolutely too lazy to do the math in my head right now. So yeah, I am going to try and read the rest of this book today, and to keep myself, accountable and to really commit to this, I have decided to film myself doing it. It's gonna be a ride. I'm taking you along with me. So I even have written out a schedule for myself. I feel so organized. Yeah, hopefully this really does hold me accountable. It's 10:17 a.m. right now. Oops. I was definitely supposed to start reading at 10:15. That's fine. So basically what I've decided is I'm going to read for an hour at a time and then take 15-minute breaks in between each hour of reading. So it's gonna end up being around 8 hours of reading, which is a lot for me. I have sort of started the day at 10 a.m. and then ended the day at 10 a.m. So it's almost 12 hours of straight reading, but I have breaks, for my sanity. So yeah, that is the plan for today. Since I've already started the book, I feel like I should probably tell you a little bit about what the book is about. No spoilers, by the way. There will be no spoilers in this video. This will be just, general, my feelings as I'm reading. It's a very Game of Thrones-y style of high fantasy. It's an adult high fantasy, and it's a vast world like Game of Thrones. It's a huge world that takes inspiration for every little region of this world from many different places in our world. So you've got European inspirations, you've got Japanese and Asian inspirations, I believe Middle Eastern as well, or Northern Africa, which is so cool. It's written in third person omniscient. It tells you what the characters are feeling when you need to know. And it actually has multiple points of view, 4 to be exact, and they're all in different parts of this world. There are, and this is what hooked me, there are freaking dragons. So if you're not sold, I don't know what would sell you, honestly. There's political unrest, there's secrets, spies, plots, dangerous missions. It's very exciting. The writing style is also gorgeous. I've already flagged a few pages, and it's very fast-paced. I don't get bored reading this book. The only complaint I have about this book at this moment is the length. So we'll see whenever I finish it, which will be today. It must be today. We'll see whether or not I feel like this should have been a series, because at this point I'm already kind of wishing that it was. But at the same time, we also love a good standalone. So we'll just have to wait and see how I feel at the end. That being said, let's begin. Yes, hi. I have just found out that one of the leaders Every single time that I find out one of the leaders in this book is female, I am embarrassed at how surprised I am. The fact that I just assumed that they were men, it's embarrassing that I have internalized the patriarchy. But that's what I love about this book, is the fact that at one point there was a knight who came to escort somebody somewhere, and I just assumed it was a man, and then the pronoun her was used, and I was like, her, a knight who's a her, that's what? And it's just normal? Amazing. And now one of the highest ranking leaders in this entire world is a woman, and I had not heard her pronouns before this page, and I had just assumed that it was a man. I am ashamed and also so incredibly pleasantly surprised. Oh, okay, I gotta get back to it. Remember when I said that this book reminds me of Game of Thrones? Don't get attached to any characters. Any characters. Because you don't know who's about to die. You never know who's about to die. Okay, so I just finished my first hour. I started a little bit late. So, I got to page 336. So that is 25 pages. A far cry from what I need to do, but I think it's a good start. We're gonna take a 15-minute break and get back to this beautiful, beautiful book. A lesbian love story is blossoming, and I could not be happier. On the other hand, though, some really unfortunate shit is going down. Some dreams are being ripped to freaking shreds. I have a lot of feelings, though. My tea is cold now. All right, break number 1 is over. We are now moving on to hour 2, and let's see how much I can read in hour 2. Hopefully more than 25 pages. Let's go. We're on page 338, and we have just arrived at the Priory. The Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm so excited to finally be here at the title of the book. Shit's about to go down, and I can feel it! I just read the line from one of these characters that's just, be silent and learn something. I don't know why that's so affecting to me. I think it's so funny. Be silent and learn something. Oh, I love it. So I just finished my second hour. It is now 12:35. I am on page 375, which means I have read this many pages now. Still not wanting to do math. I'm about to take my second break. Before I do, shit is going down. It's getting really exciting. There are pirates that have now been introduced. Pirates. There's an army of dragons. Things are being unearthed, and we're starting to learn more about the truths behind the histories and the myths within this world. But there is still this feeling that there is still so much under the surface. There's still so much to be discovered about the truth of everything, that things are not as they seem. What these characters believe could be completely wrong. And what a lot of these characters believe is wrong, we know now. And it just feels like there's still so much more that we don't know. And it's so exciting to know that I'm coming up on learning this new knowledge at the same time as these characters are. I can't wait to know what the truth is behind what's happening. I wish I could tell you more. I just don't want to spoil anything. Also because I feel like a lot of people haven't read this book yet because it is so intimidating, you know. She's a chonky one. We love a good chonk, but she's big. So I really don't want to spoil anything, but just know, page 375, it was already exciting before, and now, okay, I'm gonna take my break now, but yeah. Okay, so it is now 12:45. I just finished my break and I'm about to start on hour 3. As you can see, I have surrendered to the comfy. I'm pretty sure that's what this sweatshirt blanket is called. It goes all the way down to my feet and it's cold in my room, so here we are. All right, let's start on hour 3. All right, I just finished hour 3. It is 1:45 p.m. I am now on page 413, which means I have read a grand total of 102 pages. Not bad, not bad. That means I still have about 400 left. And I mean, reading speed, I'm sure will pick up once we get into the last 200 pages of the book. It's already just so exciting right now. It is so exciting. I am now in part 3, which is entitled A Witch to Live. A Witch to Live. I love the word witch. I'm excited whenever I see it. Witches and dragons. Need I say more? All of the main characters have now gone through some sort of transformative journey. They're all in a different place in their lives now, and they're all in vastly different situations than they were at the beginning of the book. Like, complete 180. It's insane. Whew. Things are really starting to heat up. There's a lot more action happening now. I'm about to break for lunch. I'm about to have like an hour off of reading to eat. So yeah, I will grab some lunch and then I'll be back at it. See you then. All right, so I just finished my lunch break. It is now 2:45 and I'm gonna go in for another hour. I will see you after that. Hello, I just finished my 4th hour. It is now 4:00 p.m. I have now read 144 pages. I technically only have 4 more hours in my schedule, which means since I'm halfway through, that would mean I would only be reading 288 pages today, when I have to read 487 to finish the book. Therefore, I'm going to have to keep reading past 10 p.m. unless I start reading a lot faster. It's been between 30 and 40 pages per hour, which for me is pretty fast. This is gonna take longer than I expected. I don't know why I didn't do this math before I started, but I mean, if I were to read 30 pages per hour, trying to finish 487 pages, it would take me 16 hours, which is double the time that I gave myself today. So, I mean, if that's what we gotta do, that's what we gotta do. It's not like I have anything else going on. So, that's where I'm at. Things are starting to make sense. Things are starting to collide. People are starting to collide. I will take my little break here now and then report back again when I start the next hour. Why did I do this? I have so many hours of reading ahead of me. But I've been reading this book since January 1st. Today is February 6th, I'm pretty sure. It's either the 5th or the 6th. I can't keep track anymore. But I've been reading this book for over a month, and I would like to finish it because I want to know how it ends. Desperately. And I also have all these damn books over here to read. Most of the books on my bookshelf are TBRs, and I need to read them. I'll see you after my break. Okay, so I have just updated my schedule. I've added 4 reading hours from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. And I've put at 3 a.m. stop. And no matter where I am in the book, I'm gonna stop at 3 a.m. and go to bed. And I guess you'll just have to stick around to the end to see if at 3 a.m. I'm actually done with the book. God, I hope I am. If not, I will pick it up again tomorrow, continue this vlog, and I will be very sad. My break is almost up. I think I need to grab some caffeine. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned with my caffeine. This is a Celsius, which may or may not be the best idea. It is healthy energy, accelerates metabolism, and burns body fat, which, you know, I usually drink these before a workout. It's what I have on hand. I don't drink coffee because that shit messes me up, and I don't have time right now to make some tea. So that's what I got. Hopefully it gives me some energy without destroying me with its fat burning qualities. So that's really, I don't know what this is going to do to me right now, but we'll see. It's 4:15. I have to start reading again. Let's go. Okay, I just finished my 5th hour and I read 39 pages, which means I've read 183 in total. I am on page 494, which, you know, is not as far as I would like to be, but honestly, I haven't read this much in a day in a very long time. So I'm very proud of myself, regardless of the outcome of this. It's crazy right now because what's going on is everyone is realizing what they believe in is either wrong or tainted in some way, and that even though there is truth everywhere, there's also deception, and everyone is coming to terms with that, and each character is sort of peeling back the truth, the things that they know and the things that they are finding out. And it is so fun. It's so fun. We're really, really hitting our stride here. I only have about a little over 300 pages left. That's definitely not as daunting as 500. I have not gone this long reading without taking a nap, I think, ever. Let me know in the comments below how many pages you can read in a day, or like how fast you read. Are you a slow reader? Are you a fast reader? I am a slow reader. All right, I'm gonna take my break now and I'll be back for hour 6. Okay, so it is 5:30. We got this, we can do it. Let's do it. Okay, so it is 6:32. I've just finished my 6th hour. So I'm starting to read faster, which is good. I got to page 539, which means I read 45 pages. That is the most pages that I've read in an hour this whole day. So that's great. It's definitely picking up even more, and I can tell that the rising action is getting much steeper as we go up. I'm gonna take either a 15-minute break or my hour dinner break now. Either way, I will see you when I come back. Okay, I have decided to keep reading. It is now 6:45. I'm gonna read till 7:45, and yeah, then I will take my dinner break. Whew, let's see how many pages we can read now. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 3 a.m. Here we go. Okay, I have just finished my 7th hour. I'm gonna go eat dinner now. I am now on page 579, which means I just read another 40 pages. Not bad, but I'm hungry and sleepy, and I'm thinking that I will probably have to continue this tomorrow, which is fine. I'm a little disappointed, but just gotta go with the flow, you know? Ooh, that rhymed. So what I'll probably do is read until about 11, go to bed, wake up, and continue. I have to film another video tomorrow, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna go eat. So it is about 9 p.m. now, and I'm definitely losing steam. I'm gonna read for 2 more hours, probably just straight through, and take no break from 9 to 11. See how much I can read in that time, go to bed, and wake up tomorrow and just continue on. So that's the plan for now. Whew, let's do it. I'm sleepy. But we're doing great, guys. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I truly appreciate it. Shit is unraveling. Oh my gosh. It is so fun to watch this tapestry take shape. The puzzle is coming together. There aren't many pieces missing except how everything turns out. A lot was just revealed. Did I see any of it coming? No. This story is so complex. Oh my gosh. I am on page 598, which means I am just a little over 200 pages, 206 pages away from finishing this book. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow, hopefully mid-morning, but for now it's only 9:30, so I'm gonna keep going. My eyes are stinging so bad because I'm trying so hard not to cry. Samantha Shannon, why do you insist on taking the people I love away from me? A character has been gravely injured who is very important to me, and if they don't survive, I will lose my shit. Oh, even worse than I am right now. My heart is in turmoil. Maybe I should just cry. Nah. Okay. Back at it. All right, I'm gonna go to bed now. I am now on page 648, which means I am under 200 pages away from the end of the book. You can see where my bookmark is. Right there. We're really getting down to the wire here. I can tell that we're gonna reach the climax here soon. Even though it's really difficult to picture how this is going to be resolved, which I think is part of what makes this book so darn good. I am absolutely captivated by this story. I'm proud of myself. I am sort of proving something to myself in this challenge. I will see you all tomorrow when we pick back up on this journey to finish the Priory of the Orange Tree. Damn, this is good, y'all. I'm gonna need this energy today. Good morning. It is the next day now. It's February 7th and it's almost 9 a.m. I tried to make myself somewhat camera ready. I just really wanted to start reading again. I haven't even had breakfast yet, but when I get up to have breakfast, I'm gonna take my book with me and I'm gonna keep reading. Fuck the schedule. I'm just gonna read until I finish the book, which is kind of exciting. So, okay, yeah, so I'm on page 648. I have this many pages left. I need to film a video before the sun goes down today. I think this should take me between 3 and 4 hours to finish. Pray for me. All right, and with that, let's finish this book. Woo! Okay, and I'll have some breakfast. It is 10:24. I am on page 695. We're so close, you guys. So close. I am going to read whilst I eat. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish I could tell you what's happening. Just know that I am under 100 pages away from the end. I'm about 90 pages from the end. Okay, I have to go. Bye. Ah! Oh, I can't tell you what just happened. Just know that I am relieved, to say the least. Oh my gosh. If this character had died as unceremoniously as it was written, I was going to rage. But we're good. Okay, so I am on page 756. It is 12:15 p.m. My heart is pumping. I can tell that we are moments away from the climax of this story. I need my characters to survive and live happy lives. I need it. I also need it desperately to just know what happens. All right, I will see you soon. This battle is really hard. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, honestly. Page 780. If anyone else dies, Samantha Shannon, I don't know if I can ever forgive you. Okay. Gotta continue to the bitter end. Well, we did it. 805 pages. I feel like I need to gather my thoughts. Nah. This book, it's incredible. And the ending is incredibly satisfying. I'm going to talk about the things that I liked because there really were only things that I liked. And I'll try to keep it as brief as possible because I already know this video is definitely 6 million years long. Where do I even begin? I guess I'll start with my question of whether I would think by the end of reading this that it would have been better as a series instead of just one large book. And I don't think so anymore. I think that an issue I take with a lot of fantasy is an inefficiency in world building, taking so much time to like sit in the thoughts of characters. So much happens in this book, and all of that extra unnecessary chatter and discussion and the inner thoughts of the characters and what they're feeling in every single moment, play-by-play style, to the point where you have no room to draw your own conclusions, for you to be putting the puzzle together yourself without the author like spoon feeding you the answers. There is none of that in this book. It's all what you need to know in that moment. That's the fun of it, is that you are discovering things as the characters are. You're making inferences, you're drawing conclusions based on educated guesses, on interpretation, things that you have learned from the past that have only been alluded to. That's what makes this book exciting and fast-paced, and the journey so affecting and captivating. I am so incredibly satisfied. Yeah, this is just gonna rest on my shoulder like a parrot. I love you. Anyway, the next thing I would love to just rant about, I'll try to keep it short. The fact that in this book, Samantha Shannon has decided to just throw away gender roles and the patriarchy. There is no patriarchy in this book. If a character is going, like birth roles are still a thing, and succession is still a thing, because it's monarchies, and I'm not exactly sure what the East would be considered, what the kingdoms of the East would be considered government-wise. I'm not sure what the word is, but it's rulers that gain power through succession and birthright. However, the Queendom of Innis, I think it's pronounced Innis, it might be Innis, but in my head it's Innis. It's a queendom. As I mentioned earlier, there are leaders that I didn't even in my head, because I have drunk the Kool-Aid apparently and internalized the patriarchy in ways I didn't even realize. There are leaders that are women. They just are, and there's no talk of, oh, she rose to her station despite her gender. If you were the firstborn, or you were in the line of succession and you were a woman in this book, that was the only thing you needed to become that leader. There were female knights, female dragon riders, badass women, all of the like ladies of the bedchamber, and all of the maids in Innis, which is a place it seems like is modeled after England, Great Britain. All of the women carry knives. The Queen of Innis goes on hunts with her ladies, and they race back to the palace afterwards. It's awesome. There's a wedding in this book, and marriage is considered to be companionship. And yeah, there's some problematic things, about that. But that just has to do with, it being inspired by antiquity and the idea that, royals need to marry to join houses together and kingdoms together. Each person was given away. It wasn't like the bride was being given to the husband. They were given away, and then they met at the altar. Oh my gosh. It was so cool. They were equals. Women are equals in this book, is really what I'm getting at. And it was Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek that I heard this from, but that show has often been praised for showing how the world can be if there were no prejudices that turned us against each other. I think that is reflected in this book as well, how important it is to just show the world as it could be. you know? Especially in fantasy. Why would it have to be that women are inferior? Why would it have to be that same-sex companionships would be condemned, which they aren't? That's another thing, is that they aren't condemned. I think that this book is a step closer to us getting to a place where we can imagine and no longer assume, like I did in my head, that the knights in this book were male, that the leaders in this book were just going to automatically be male. That's what representation does. And that brings me to my next point, is that the diversity in this book is insane. I've already talked about this a little bit, but the representation of Asian cultures, the representation of African cultures, the representation of European cultures, it's incredible. And she says at the beginning of the book, Samantha Shannon has a little author's note that says, the fictional lands of the Priory of the Orange Tree are inspired by events and legends from various parts of the world. None is intended as a faithful representation of any one country or culture at any point in history. That may be true, but it always feels good when you read about characters who are specifically described to look like people from around our world. You know, dark brown skin, acorn skin, golden brown skin, warm brown eyes, slanted eyes, almond-shaped eyes. It goes to show how rich it makes the story of a book. I loved how it wrapped up in the end. Things had been lost, but that's what happens. The climax of the book was incredibly exciting. Although it's, 800 pages and it was over in a flash. Suddenly the resolution was starting and I was like, I'm still reeling from this story. I truly, truly enjoyed this book. I highly recommend it. It's an amazing standalone. It may take you a while to get through, but I mean, if I just proved anything, it's that the last 500 pages fly by. I did not get bored at all during the 500 pages. I couldn't recommend it to you more. Go read this book, please. If you do, let me know so we can discuss it. All right. Oh, I promised you that I would tell you some of the things that helped me read at a faster pace than I usually do. And those two things are, one, following the words with my finger, because our eyes don't move perfectly horizontally while we're reading. It really helped me to not have my gaze wander and lose my place, or read the same sentence over again, or have a word from the line below be inserted into the line above, that kind of stuff. That was super helpful. I did that sporadically throughout reading it. Additionally, I cut out the inner monologue as you read. Instead of reading it like you're reading it out loud to yourself in your head, I took all of the inflection out, and that really, really helped speed it up. I have a tendency to try to hear all of the characters' different voices and accents in my head, exactly how I would expect to hear them speaking, as if I'm listening to a movie, and that absolutely slows me down. So I'm glad that I have figured out this way of cutting that out, because it really sped up the process. The writing in this book is intoxicating. Truly intoxicating. All right, that is all I have. Let me know in the comments below if you liked this video, and if you did like it, please give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me out. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everybody.